Hi, I'm Bowling Otter.
And I'm Lizzie Sandwich.
And welcome to
The BS on the Internet.
Well, it's been another one of those weeks.
It has. A lot of things to talk about this week. Ooh, you hit the lean.
Hit the lean.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I'm feeling.
Bring a little drama.
This week.
This week has been very dramatic.
Quite dramatic.
This week kind of went quickly.
Yeah, well, it was the kind of dramatic that's like a little bit more of like a playful, fun dramatic.
Yeah.
Which I'll take.
Right.
Not like the people dying in the streets dramatic. So I'll take it.
Is that where we are?
I think it kind of.
Did anybody die in the streets?
Anybody dying in the streets today?
Was there
no?
No. Oh
okay.
My gosh.
I would. That doesn't. It's like falls squarely with imposed law right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we even know if we're being serious or not.
Yeah.
We'll just move right on.
That's a good point. But a lot happened. A lot to talk about. Some things in here I'm kind of like, I don't know where I fall yet. I'm curious to see your guys'
one of those
reactions.
Weeks.
Yeah. You know, you guys always help me organize my thoughts in a nice way, because sometimes I argue both sides too much in my head. I ride the fence on some things and I don't quite settle, and I don't like that feeling because I'm not like a centrist.
No, but I think it's a good thing though to wait to draw conclusions until you've really figured out what's going on.
Gather my evidence.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, okay.
I'd rather be slow to come to a conclusion than be hasty.
Okay.
You know, I think that's better.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, okay.
It's all critical thinking.
Yeah, okay. I think in my mind, I would like to make my mind up quicker, but we'll see what we're doing.
I like that.
You'll see what I mean.
I like to really make sure I'm confident of my decision first.
So am I. Yeah, I agonize over voting.
Yeah.
You know, agonize
Yeah, I
over
spent a lot of
voting.
time on that. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I
As you should. You should. But
Yeah.
like something, even like certain issues and things like that, like I really like mull these things over. And sometimes when I'm in a space where it takes me a little bit too long to make up my mind, I don't like inhabiting that space. It gives me like I need to shake off my willies. You know what I mean?
Shake off my willies.
So I come on here and so we'll talk it out, we'll discuss, we'll decide, and I'm curious to see what you guys think.
Right.
So let's go.
First, YouTube Rewind sucked. And like the whole freaking internet said so. It is the most disliked video on YouTube.
That is insane.
And
you know what? Where is it right now as you're talking? Go ahead, let me see.
I feel like who did a really good video on this, a really good discussion of this, I think you guys should watch if you're interested. There, right there, Marquez Brownlee.
Yes.
Did a really good video. If you guys don't watch his channel, 12 million down. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Wow. That is terrible.
I did not know it was that bad.
Because that's not only the record number of dislikes, but that's also one of the worst ratios. That's really, really bad.
Well, you know what? To me, that's people proving a point.
It is.
That's not
a lot of it's
really
guys,
like
this
dislike.
is not working. I think
yeah.
Because they've been doing this weird bend to like these crazy fast cut quick narratives over the past few years of YouTube Rewind, and nobody's really liked it curling that direction. And I feel like this time, for whatever reason, they just went full bore into it harder than they ever had.
Well, hasn't that kind of fallen out of, popularity recently? Those really quick cut type vloggy type things where it's just like boom, 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 boom. Because now that I think about it, I haven't seen that around in a while. It was a really big deal a couple of years ago, and I remember us wondering if we should try and jump on that bandwagon.
Oh, it takes forever.
With vlogs. It does. Yeah. And we did it with a couple of Let's Plays, and we got some hate for it.
Yeah.
For jumping around too much or taking out, trying to stylize.
I think that was mostly just due to the fact that we'd never done anything like that before.
That's true.
It was a we
were trying on different hats.
Departure. Yeah, we were trying different hats. Yeah. That was a little extreme. Even though I don't know, it was the kind of thing where I think the result of it, I actually really enjoyed. Yeah. When we finished doing those videos.
Yeah.
But it took so long.
It did.
It took so long.
It was really
we just don't have that kind of time.
No.
So I had to kind of abandon that.
I'm trying to think of an example of, so you know what we're talking about, like our Geometry Dash videos.
Our Geometry Dash videos are kind of like that.
Sneak Thief videos, where they're kind of cut up a little bit.
If you guys have watched this before, I think you probably know exactly what we're talking about.
Where you'll put a lot of cuts in there, and you try and make it like witty or something. Like try and
have some fun with it.
Right. And it's fun for us. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But it is is really, really time consuming, but I remember it being a really big thing with vlogs and cut.
But I think they're still like that though, aren't they?
I don't watch many vlogs. Do you guys watch many vlog channels? I really don't. And anybody like any kind of, I'm trying to think of some of the other channels I watch. They don't do it.
Yeah, I think my problem with the way they do it here though is that like, it's not like they're just on a subject and cutting while talking about it. They're actually just switching topics and scenes like whole ideas that fast. You know,
well,
it's one thing to just cut up, like edit a video, right?
And they were trying to give it a narrative.
Yeah, this time they actually had them sit around like the campfire.
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys have probably seen it.
Right?
But it's I don't know, I felt like it was weird to watch it. A lot of people said it was cringy. I don't know if it was cringy. So, oh wow, look, there's the video right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the link,
he addressed it. Yeah,
you guys should watch that if you're curious about this subject.
Yeah,
he broke it down really well, and he really dove into why he believes it was very poorly received, and why he believes it was more positively received in the past. Because when YouTube Rewind first started, it was like a thing, like, oh, are they going to be in YouTube Rewind? See who was in YouTube Rewind.
Right.
Like, people were like making predictions about
like
who's going to be in it.
14,
and like you complain about who was left out, and it was like a thing, you know? It was like an honor to be in YouTube Rewind.
Yeah.
Now you have people that are like, I'm glad I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or like that was, or like, I don't know. I feel like you're going to have people turning it down.
Maybe. I bet maybe some people did turn it down.
People may have turned it down this year,
in Marquez Brownlee's video, he was explaining how a lot of these people, the YouTubers who were in this video, they shot all day.
Yeah.
And then they only used
like 3 seconds of it.
3-second snippet. Yeah. So like for him, for example, like he was on the Fortnite bus. He said there was a whole like narrative where he was like talking about Will Smith and having this big thing in his head. Do you remember that? He had like a moment where he had to
there was multiple scenes to it.
Yeah, there were multiple scenes, and they just cut it into this little whoop that they put in there. And he was like, what the heck? You know, like I spent the whole day there.
And that happened to pretty much everybody.
And guaranteed that happened to everybody. And some people got longer chunks than other people, you know what I mean? But it was really like disjointed and kind of like, what is happening? It was like this big like flash of colors and a ton of people, you know? And it was like, oh, okay. I mean, granted, there was a lot of new representation in there that I liked. They were kind of going around everywhere and going through all the memes and everybody who had an influence, so that was something.
Yeah, but I don't think they did it in a genuine way at all. I think that was like the whole idea was like, and what his conclusion was, which I happen to very much agree with, is that this is done strictly for advertisers.
Yeah.
It's just going out there and trying to get, it's like lobbying basically for ads,
kind of is, yeah.
That's all it really is. It like used to be a celebration of the creators, and now it's just a big advertisement.
Yeah.
So everything included in it as that in mind the whole way, and that is the only reason for it to exist. So that's why creators are like, what the hell? This is not what we wanted. That's why like fans, a lot of fans, the people who are going to like click like or dislike on a video don't like it because they're people who frequent YouTube.
Right.
But advertisers probably really like it. I mean, because it shows off like
that's
Jimmy
what they
Fallon
think we
and
want.
Like, you know, like late night hosts.
Yeah, it's like,
Will Smith.
What are they doing here?
Yeah, so like celebrities,
you know?
big celebrities. And they throw them in there. So it's like, oh, this is actually into the whole of pop culture. And even big celebrities want to be on this platform. So we have to have our ads on this platform.
Right.
That's the whole idea. It's to make like YouTube absolutely mandatory if you want to have an effective advertisement for your product. You have to have it on YouTube. So that's how they show that. But it is funny that here, just look at the second paragraph here. A YouTube representative issued the following statement of The Verge saying that dethroning Baby in dislikes wasn't exactly our goal. I hope not. I feel like after this, where it's absolutely crystal clear about how people feel about this.
Yeah.
I'm most interested now in what's going to happen in 2019. Yeah. What direction do they take?
Yeah.
Because if they do it again, they legit don't care.
Oh, totally.
You know, if they do something else and it also sucks, that's a different thing to me, because at least they're going to try something different. I hope they at least try something different.
Maybe they'll
I don't even care what it is, as long as it's different.
Well, they've been using the same production company for a number of years.
Screw them.
So
they're gone. You got to fire them after this, right? They can't keep their jobs after this. They got tons of views, but the record number of dislikes, you gotta get fired for that.
Yeah.
That's like building a roof of the house and it caves in the first time it rains.
I know.
You know?
I know.
You don't use the same roofing company next time.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, that's right. That's a really good point. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Like, it makes me feel bad.
Oh yeah,
you know, I'm like,
want to see anything like
there's like people worked really hard.
To make a good thing here.
You know,
they
and
tried
it just
and worked really hard on it.
They're
not like,
but
They're not like out here trying to like, I don't know, make something terrible, obviously, but it just didn't turn out good. It didn't reach the audience.
Okay, this next thing blew my mind. I found it on the Futurology subreddit. I didn't tell Maddie about this.
What the hell?
So Taylor Swift has, oh my God, look at that picture. Oh, good God. She's like, hey guys, let's have a great time. Yeah! I know. But, so what she did was she used facial recognition to track her stalkers at a concert. So she's had some really, really creepy stalkers. I think somebody broke into her house. He thought that her lyrics were to him. She has
crazy run of this stuff.
Yeah, she's got some scary, scary, scary stalkers, right? So what they did was they had a facial recognition system monitored from 2,000 miles away. They had a kiosk, highlights of the singers' rehearsals, faces of onlookers that were sent to a command post that were attempted to match those images to hundreds of images known Taylor Swift stalkers. So they were saying, it's unknown whether footage was kept or even identified any stalkers, and if it did, what happened after they were identified. So it started this crazy conversation on Reddit where, one, is that legal?
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm thinking of here.
Two, is it a good idea? And three, what if one of them was there? And it was like, say it's just, I guess it would depend whether or not she had taken legal action against a stalker. So say she had like a restraining order.
If she had a restraining order, they were there,
showed
then
up.
They could be arrested. You know?
Right. Or maybe, But say it was somebody who didn't have a restraining order, or maybe just alert security that the stalker's here or something. But then how can you have security keep their eyes on one person in a concert, like a stadium concert?
Well,
you know
apparently.
What I mean? So, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is that fence thing that I was talking about earlier.
I feel like this is like
one of them.
I feel like this is trying to use private police.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like if they could do this sort of thing, if this technology is useful and effective, I think that it should only be used by like law enforcement and be very tightly regulated about what its legal and proper use is. Because if you let like private police like this do it, nobody's telling you how to use it. You can do whatever the hell you want with it, as long as there's nothing regulating it right now. So it's like the freaking Wild West with that. You know
what though? Then that, I don't know if you know the answer to this, or any of you guys do. How much power actually do like security details have? For somebody like Taylor Swift, right? Where I'm sure she's got these big beefy bodyguards that could like check you into the ground, but like, can they arrest somebody? I don't know. They could probably detain.
Yeah, I wonder if like, I don't know how private security firms work, but I know there are plenty of private security firms.
Yeah.
But I'll bet that like legit developed like professional private security firms probably have communication with law enforcement.
Right.
Probably have some sort of arrangement.
Okay.
Like I imagine there's gotta be some legal guidelines to having one. Like I think that kind of practice is I mean, like I say private police, I guess that's more what I'm talking about, like private security detail.
Okay.
I just don't think that this kind of technology, I wonder if it's appropriate for them to have it. I mean, unless they already have the legal guidelines in place and I just don't know about it. I'm not a lawyer, you know? So there could be, this could be completely covered and legit, and then you put it on a headline and it looks scary as hell. Yeah. You know, I didn't read through this completely, so I'm curious what you guys think of it. Did you read it? Like,
I did. It's just this little blurb here.
Oh, okay.
So
that's all we got.
That's all we got.
So there's not really an article.
So I got stuck in this conversation in Reddit and just the thread, and everybody was kind of going back and forth like, this is creepy.
Oh, okay.
Are they keeping the footage? Are they discriminating? What if they get the wrong person? What if, like, you know?
Well, check out this last paragraph here. Concert venues are typically private locations, meaning after security checkpoints, its owners can subject concert goers to any kind of surveillance they want, including facial recognition.
So maybe you give up that right or that ability
by being in a private location, then you're in somebody else's abode, basically, right? So, and they can do whatever they want to defend their home, or I don't know if that's considered a home, but like, they can secure their I guess,
be safe.
Doesn't hurt anybody.
You have a right to be safe.
But it is interesting. I guess it all depends on what they're going to do with that information.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
But this is a Interesting subject.
I don't know. Especially because like after that Ariana Grande concert happened. That's
the other thing. Like,
you
if people
think
stalking her are terrifying, she's got to be terrified.
Yeah.
So like, if I had the kind of money she did and you were being stalked by that kind of people, I would definitely invest a decent amount of money, in keeping myself safe and keeping those people away from me.
Right.
If you had the means to
and it would keep everybody else safe too.
You don't know what those people are going to do.
Yeah.
So like, I have a hard time like disagreeing with its use at the same time. This is weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
I know. See,
we don't have enough
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I know. But like, I just keep the first thought that I had was, is this legal? Are they allowed to do that? Like, are they allowed to use this like without your knowledge to have facial recognition and then have them possibly like store your photo? But like, if they're a stalker and they were involved with the law because of this or whatever, I know there was one in particular that they caught at a number of her concerts. Like, she has like this super stalker, and I don't know if he went to jail or something, but it's been this big thing for years, and he thinks like she's in love with him and she's talking to him,
sending him messages.
So that she's sending him messages, and like that's sad because it's like this guy's ill.
Yeah, he's an ill person.
And for sure. And it's just like he shows up at her house all the time, and and it's really creepy. So he may be who she's looking for. I don't know, or she has others. I have no idea, but I can't even imagine what it's like.
I can't imagine. It's gotta be freaking terrifying. And like, I don't know. I think part of us at some point, I just kind of had to feel like, it's probably king out. But I feel like to some degree with stuff like this, I think about stuff like this, and you just gotta assume at this point that privacy is pretty much over, right? Like,
I just want to know, I think, when I'm on
but that's the thing. We don't know
being recorded.
We don't even know, like, a fraction.
I read something a while ago that said, like, how often you are caught on camera in a day.
Don't know a fraction of it. We don't know. It was
like, I forget the number, but it was astounding. So we have to be okay with that at this point. Not be okay with it, but we have to be at peace with it to some degree. Because it is not going the other way. No, it's not.
Toothpaste is not going the other way. And, like, that's over. So at least when I see stuff like this, if it's in the interest of catching a stalker who could otherwise really hurt somebody, sure. I mean, like, at this point, whatever. If you're gonna like take my picture to advertise to me, or take a picture to help somebody who's being stalked and maybe catch a bad guy, then I'd rather go to that.
Yeah, but some people would argue that that's a slippery slope.
Well, no, I think what I'm trying to argue is we are way down the hill.
Oh, no.
It's over.
We've gone down the slope already.
We've done slipped.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
I think it's over, personally. I don't think we can go back. So now it's just how it's used at this point.
I remember reading, because now I'm thinking about that. Gosh, I wish I could dig it up. But it was something about a study on how often you are picked up on camera just by going out in the world, going to work or school, and coming home. And it's like you're caught on like red light cameras, on store cameras, on most buildings that you enter.
We're under constant surveillance.
Yeah, your phone. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy
it's
how often.
It's just not all owned by one conglomerate. That's the difference.
Yeah,
when you think of,
it's not like Big Brother.
Yeah, like something like that, where like people are like the government is literally installed cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
it's not quite there.
Right, right.
But like, we don't really.
It's a lot of advertising.
Yeah. It's a lot mostly of advertising. It's capitalism.
Yeah.
Like, let's get more money.
Right.
That's mostly what it is.
But you're right. Oh man, are we down the? We're down the slope, aren't we?
It's in the name of advertising and money.
That's where it starts, man.
I guess, is it really?
I don't know.
It's interesting. We're just going off this track.
We are. I never thought about that before.
Yeah. But that's a whole different subject.
It is a whole different subject. Yeah. But the idea that, where I said it's a slippery slope, and you were like, "Oh, we're down the hill." Yeah. It's kind of like we are down the hill.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, it could get really bad. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
what?
been that way for longer than we know.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about, which is another kind of moral fence riding type situation. Yes, moral quandary. Thank you. Where about a month ago, there was some talk going on about airlines banning support animals.
Yes.
Okay, so at the time, and I don't think we talked about it on BS on the Internet. I know we talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
I remember talking about it one night before bed, and we were brushing our teeth. And we were talking about it, and it was really crazy because what's starting to happen on airplanes is a lot of people are afraid of flying, and rightly so. It's scary. I know people who are afraid of flying, and they prefer to fly with a support animal. But there is a big difference between a service animal and a support animal, where a service animal helps somebody with a physical disability, you know, if they need to navigate because they're blind, or if they're epileptic, and some dogs can help with seizures and things like that. But a support animal will help an individual with anxiety, or emotional support in a situation where they're uncomfortable and could have a panic attack, which is a very legit thing. And there's a need for them, you know, but although support animals are typically not trained, they tend to be somebody's personal pet, their cat, their dog, that they feel comfortable around. I want my animal. But what started to happen was they did a study. It was a small study, small sample size, I think, in beagles, surprisingly, because they're the most common support animal. Isn't that interesting? A beagle? So I wouldn't think that, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're so cute though. I love beagles.
They are.
But they were measuring the heart rates of these beagles and their stress levels of these beagles in this study on airplanes. And because they were not trained service dogs, they were stressed on the airline. So like it wasn't good for the animal to be on the plane, even though their human felt better and they were getting the support from the dog's presence. The dog itself was not doing well, which is sad. The dog was stressed. Sometimes, you know, they would pee on the seat, and then there's other issues, like there are people who are also on the airplane who are allergic to dogs. Sometimes these people with support animals get moved to first class because they have people with allergies in the back, so they get an automatic upgrade. So then the question becomes, are people abusing the system? They said at one point there was someone with a support mule, a support lizard, a support cats, dogs, birds, all kinds of crazy animals. At one point, somebody said there was a human with a support dog, and the dog had a support guinea pig for the dog, right? So this is the point we're at. So as before, when he and I were talking about this, the policies,
had a support guinea pig.
For real.
I'm also ready to move on from that.
But this is where we are. This is where we are. Okay. But again, these are not, and although very legit for some people, and they really do help, they're not service animals, which help the person physically and are trained from a really, really young age. So where Delta is spearheading this entire argument, saying, look, we got to put limits on these animals. You know, if it's not good for the dog. There were some vets, actually. There's been a handful of them that are getting involved in this cause, saying, look, the support animal thing, it's good, it's great for the human, I'm so happy for you, but it's not healthy for the animal if the animal isn't trained. Whereas support or service animals are trained from puppies, like they're bred for that purpose, they're raised for that purpose. So if there's somebody who is blind with a service dog who can't get around, and somebody with a support mule, you know what I mean? And I know that sounds really crazy, and I feel almost mean saying that, because I'm all for whatever makes you comfortable and whatever can help you get through it. Although I don't want the animal to be stressed out either. I think that's so awful to have your pet stressed out to go through the situation. So what was happening was, the policy beforehand was the animal just had to be up on their vaccinations. Just present paperwork at the gate and you'll be able to take the cat, and they really didn't ask any questions. But lately, Delta has been saying, look, we got to kind of draw the line here somewhere with these support animals, because you didn't need a letter from, you know, like a mental health professional or anything to bring a support animal on, nothing like that. So what they've done now, I know it took me forever to get to this point, is they have banned puppies and kittens as support animals. So they're kind of putting their toe in the water here because they are unvaccinated. So say you had before a 6-week-old kitten, and you're like, this is my support animal, and they're all up for their shots until right now, until they're 6 weeks old, even though it wouldn't be, they wouldn't have their whole round of shots yet, they would be allowed on. But now they're like, you know what? No puppies, no kittens. We at least want them to be, I think it's over 2 years old or something like that to actually come on as a support animal. Thoughts?
I don't want to sound cold.
Oh, okay.
But my BS meter's going off.
Is it?
On this. How in God's name?
Only 4 months. So actually, yeah, you're right. So an animal, a pet, would have, say a cat or a dog, would have a good round of shots by 4 months of age. So 4 or 5 months, that's considered not a puppy? Or a kitten? That's a kitten to me.
Yeah.
5 months?
Yeah, it is a kitten. So
or a puppy, right?
Yeah. And
but
how?
I'm so sorry.
In God's name, are you gonna tell me that like I've had this cat for 2 months? This is my support animal.
Mm-hmm. No. Maybe. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like you have barely been able to develop a relationship with that cat yet. I mean, like you can love the hell out of that cat.
Yeah.
But there's a very important part to that study you were talking about that I remembered that said that support animals functionally, for all intents and purposes, after they studied them, were no different than pets.
That's right.
They were the same exact thing functionally as pets. Of course, pets are support animals.
They are.
Okay?
Yeah.
I love Louie.
Oh, I love
Louie's my support animal. He's my support
Louie.
cat. That doesn't mean I get to bring him on a plane.
Well, you know what? It's interesting because that just reminded me that a lot of people will say that their pet is a support animal so that they won't have to travel in like the what's that air, like the cargo hold?
Yeah, and that's scary. It is scary, but
they'll say I want them with me. I want to make sure they're okay.
But it's your pet, and that's fine. You can love your pet, but everyone's got pets.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think is the percentage of people on the planet who have pets?
Yeah.
It's pretty high.
Right.
Pretty high.
Right.
So you can't just tell everybody that like, this is my pet. I love this pet. This is my support animal. I'm much more comfortable and at ease with my pet around.
Right.
I think most people would say that about their pets.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm stressed when I'm around my pet.
So it's one of the situations like that doesn't make you unique. I'm sorry.
I know.
Go sit down.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I don't know.
It says that these changes appear to be partly intended to address animals relieving themselves on airplanes.
They're not trained.
Yeah, according to the airline, incidents involving service and support animals included urination, defecation, and biting increased 84%.
Yeah, come on.
So people are.
You can't take an animal on unless it's trained and licensed to do this. Seriously. Otherwise, no, it's not going on.
Oh.
Because if you really need it, and there are definitely people who do, undoubtedly, then they're licensed and they're trained and there's no more questions to ask.
Yeah.
A done deal. And if they're not, you can't bring them on.
Oh, wow.
I feel like it should be just a pretty cut and dry conclusion there.
Right. Oh, here we go. It also requires passengers to sign a release, would behave, and to produce a letter signed by a doctor or a licensed mental health professional certifying they need a comfort pet. Okay.
Okay.
So that was a new step that has happened. So it looks like they're making strides with this.
Yeah, that I kind of feel like alleviates most of my issues with this, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
I'm so skeptical.
I feel so
thing.
mean.
I feel mean saying that, but I cannot pretend that I'm not super skeptical about this.
I feel like there needs to be like an element of like be realistic, kind of.
I think it's a lot of people looking for loopholes. I really do.
You do?
I think it's a lot of people looking for loopholes. There's not all of them, but I think there's a lot of them.
I hate thinking
a lot of opportunists.
I hate thinking that people are playing the system. I never want to. I know.
Do.
I never want to. I never want to assume that about anybody. I never want to assume that somebody has like a devious
people
kind
love
of.
to do that. People love to play the system. They're not. That doesn't even make them devious people. That's like normal behavior.
I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I do agree with banning the puppies and the kittens.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have a puppy on like a 5-hour flight.
No.
Running up and down,
make arrangements,
peeing everywhere, figure it out. Yeah. I wouldn't subject my fellow passengers to that.
No.
I just the whole thing. I mean, I want everybody to be happy and comfortable and lovely, but I also want everybody, like we were talking before, to be safe.
Can you imagine getting on a plane, someone just got a cat crawling all over, and you're like, what, are you serious?
Yeah.
There's a
or
cat
everybody else. And
loose in the cabin?
And then
I
not
love
only
cats,
that,
but come on.
like a stressed out animal because they're not trained as a service
animal. And one of them pees.
Yeah.
Or poops.
I know.
And then it smells like, even if they bring a little mini cat box.
Oh, the cute little travel cat box.
It smells like Fresh Step in the whole freaking
little cat box.
plane.
They get like this little. That's such a cute idea. It could fit on the little pull-out tray. your little, your fold-up tray, and you go, okay, go, and the cat goes.
And you're like.
And then what do you do with it?
Away, you hear little cat gnawing on the crunchy food.
That little crunchy sound. Okay, it's time for the subreddit of the week, and this week is Am I the A-hole?
Am I the a-hole?
I'm not going to say it because we're trying to keep it clean.
The a-hole.
So this is, I figured, in the spirit of us like trying to have moral dilemmas, right? This is where you get yourself in a situation and you're wondering, like, should I have done that? Should I have not done that? Am I an a-hole for behaving the way that I behaved? So it is reading, so I'm not going to get into like, these big walls of text, but there's some here that's pretty interesting. Like, for example, they have AITA, am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend that if she wanted to be a surrogate for a friend that I no longer wanted to continue the relationship? My longtime girlfriend told me she's interested in being a surrogate for a child for a friend of hers who's gay and wants a child of his own. I respect her desire to help, and I told her, this is your body. I don't have a say in what you can or can't do. But if you want to be a surrogate, I don't think I would want to continue this relationship any further.
I feel like there's not enough context to this decision.
Yeah. Excuse me. This one says, probably going to be unpopular, but as a new dad who recently went through a pregnancy that wasn't smooth, NTA, not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole.
And with 19K upvotes. Wow. I guess she wants to do this, but holy hell, pregnant women are the worst.
How many months are we in now? How many weeks?
Are you kidding me? I am 17 weeks pregnant. And I say that with the best will in the world. Oh, do you?
Oh, look at
that. But if they have crazy medical issues, you wouldn't believe.
The response there can confirm. I was a pregnant woman who was the worst.
Oh, I fully recognize I put my husband through hell. I also had horrendous. Am I a horrible pregnant person?
No.
Am I a horrible pregnant person? You could tell me. No, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
How's Lizzie being pregnant?
But when you're in public and your pregnant partner starts a fight over something stupid, and you're tired because you were both up with her being sick in the night, you bet you look like the a-hole arguing with a pregnant woman. Doesn't matter how right you are. Ooh. Plus, childbirth is not as safe as we all think it is. No.
I can't relate, fortunately.
No.
But it's not the same for everybody,
I know. Some people really have a hard time.
Some people react, in different ways.
Feel very, very
you have
badly.
a lot of like hormones moving, right? And that does not mean the same thing to everybody.
No, that's true. That's true.
That like culminates in different things for different people. And some people get really irritable. Yeah. Lizzie does not get irritable. So it's like we don't have this problem. But that doesn't mean that this dude's girlfriend might be. But I don't know. That's kind of a long-time girlfriend. That's a pretty big, like,
thing.
Me or her thing to draw, line to draw. Pretty thick line to draw.
And that's really difficult. And I think we were just having this conversation the other day where I was saying, I think like I wasn't feeling good or I was really tired. And I was saying like, it's hard. I mean, granted, I'm the one carrying the baby.
Yeah.
But it's got to be so hard for you to be the support animal.
The support animal.
You know what I mean? And just
can I come on the plane?
Because, but there's nothing really you can do.
That's kind of the weirdest part.
Like
to be
you've
honest.
gotten up and like the other night you got me a Tylenol. You got me a pillow, or so. I'd be like, oh, I need something for my back, or like I feel kind of uncomfortable. Can you grab me something or whatever, just so that I don't have to like, get up and that kind of thing. And it's mostly just that.
Yeah, well, what I feel the worst about is that you're dealing with that at the same time as taking care of a toddler.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
hard. Yeah,
that's the hard. That's the part that's really kind of like that can get like. You're crossing into the realm of unreasonable at times. That's hard. That's hard.
70% like physical capacity.
It's hard for somebody at 100%.
Yeah.
And you're 70% and declining.
Yeah.
For the next several months.
Right.
So like it's not gonna get easier.
Trying.
Yeah, you're doing great though. I mean, everything's going awesome, but it's stressful, right?
Yeah.
And I'm at work, and it's just like I can't do anything. I would love to.
And I don't want to complain to you all the time.
No, but it's not that. It's just knowing that, like, oh my God, like, because like, I know, and then there'll be a day where he's not taking a nap, and I'm like, I know what these days are like.
That happened this week,
I know what this is like, and it's really bad, and I can't do anything, and you get kind of stir crazy a little bit, kind of like, what the hell, and
right.
but that doesn't, of course. my worst thing is the fact that like I'm like worried about not being able to help. Like that's the worst thing I have to worry about. So
but I know
obviously I have the easier end of the stick here.
Right.
But there's some. But yeah, the point being, some people are in a lot of struggling in a big way. Going through this, and because of the changes really happening, can react in very different ways, and I can imagine some of them are very difficult. You know, and like, and this guy's like, maybe he doesn't want kids at all.
Maybe.
It almost sounds like I would almost assume he doesn't want kids at all, right?
The way he's saying that.
I don't Unless he thinks it's something about like, no, the only child who can have is mine, like that kind of thing.
Maybe. Well, she would be the legit mother.
She would be the blood mother. Yeah, the biological mother.
Yes. So she would maybe be in this child's life.
There might be. Yeah, there's other. Yeah. There's other colors to this. There's other shades of this. That's why I feel like we don't have enough context here. Yeah. For this decision.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'd have to speculate so much about their relationship, about each individual, to try to find if we think that that's a reasonable reaction or not. You know, that's really hard. Wow, look at that. That was the first one we looked at. It was freaking fascinating.
It was. Now this one, I'm not going to read the entire thing because it's very long, but this is what I found the subreddit because of.
Okay.
Right, because I went on all, as I find a lot of these subreddits, just to see what's popular for the day. And this person wrote in and said, am I the a-hole for calling 911 on a friend for drunk driving? Got 3 gold here. Where this woman and her husband work on an army base, or live on an army base rather, and they're very tight with the other families, and they all got together and were drunk, and they have kids, and there was this other couple that was there with their baby, under 1 year old, I think. And this couple got drunk and decided they wanted to drive home. 4-month-old. And they wanted to drive home. And they were saying like, no, you could sleep here. And they said, no, the baby needs her bed, blah, blah, blah. We got to get her back home. We're only 15 minutes down the road, I think they said. I offered to drive. They kept saying no. There we go. Oh, granted, they live 15 minutes away. 15 minutes away when you're drunk is an eternity.
Yeah, that's a long drive. If you're like, even if you're just a little tipsy, that's scary.
She picked up the phone, called 911 after sneaking into the bathroom. I gave them their license plate number and address. They blew a really high blood alcohol level, and CPS got involved.
Oh, no.
My friends are livid. And even my husband is pissed. No one wants anything to do with us, and my husband keeps trying to explain to me that I violated friend code in the military community.
Oh, boy.
I have been blocked by everyone on social media, and we are furthermore uninvited to future get-togethers. My husband is so mad. I stand by what I did. Everyone is so mad at me. Am I being a prude? But look at this. 4 months old, drunk. Military families with young children. We have get-togethers every weekend, which include booze. Now,
she was almost blackout drunk, though. I mean, like...
And then it says, an update on my personal... I was following this for, like, days. We're being interviewed by military police. They're thankful the report was made. The lower-ranking ones are livid, and Thanksgiving, Christmas plans made with my family have been taken back.
Oh, my God.
We're going to have to get used to outcast life for a while because we're going to be here another year. He calmed down, but has barely spoken to me. He's been sleeping on the couch.
Ouch.
I deleted all my social media. Some people asking why you didn't try harder. I couldn't be around. They're saying, why didn't you take their keys? Blah, blah, blah. I finished my shift, come home at 11. It is not your responsibility. Baby started to cry, and the couple insisted they need to go. Offered to get them an Uber. They could have a pull-out couch, our bed. Look at this. My husband told me I needed to stop nagging and leave them alone. This is my nightmare. This would be my nightmare.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to exaggerate how drunk they were. When I tried to get them to stay, I could hardly make out what they were trying to say. Besides, she needs her crib and our house is right there.
Wow. This isn't the first time I've tried to keep people from leaving a party. There's a group text everyone is in, and they asked me straight up if I made the call. I said I did. I didn't really. Good for you. Good for you. But, like, that is... They could have killed somebody. They could have killed themselves. They could have killed their baby.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
A 15-minute drive. And I'm surprised that because a lot of these military bases, stop me if I'm wrong, aren't they really like close together? Like the units, like the housing units are very, very close.
I imagine
it's like a complex.
I imagine there's some
where they all
ones,
live there.
You know? There's probably some large bases.
Oh my gosh.
Have like basically neighborhoods, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's enough people working on them to create neighborhoods.
Yeah, and I get that they need that camaraderie.
Yeah,
that
totally.
They need that,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and that they want to hang out every weekend and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But like, really, the fact that they're all gonna like maybe we like shame them because of it for trying to.
I think the question is, would I have done that? Would I have done that? I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that. I think I probably. I'm not going to say that she's wrong for doing it. Yeah. But I don't think I would have done it. I think I might have tried to get them to stay. I might have made a real effort. And really try to plead a case to try to get them to stay. And if they absolutely were refusing to do it, then I feel like I had done my part at that point.
Really?
Like, I feel like it's like that. Then it's their decision. They've got to do what they're going to do. I can't make their minds up for them. I can't tell them how to run their lives. Can't tell them how to parent, any of that stuff. I feel like there's that line that I'm really wary of crossing, of trying to tell other people how to raise their kids and what to do with their children. I don't think you do that.
That's a life or death situation.
It is a life or death situation. 100% is.
Yeah.
But it's not our decision to make. That's the thing, I guess. I don't feel like that's necessarily my decision to make.
Yeah. No, I understand. I do.
Because now you got CPS involved. I know. Holy crap. I mean,
like, if they didn't say they were driving home and they made it home fine. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
That would maybe make them think they could do it again.
Yeah, but that's not my place to get involved, honestly. If I've already pleaded my case as a friend, already got out there, said what I'm going to say, I don't get to make decisions for their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could certainly try to influence them, in a way that I am passionate about and I think is very important. Yeah. But I need to stop short of making a decision for them. Yeah. That's where I don't want to go. So that's... I'm reluctantly saying that I just don't. I don't know if that was the right thing.
In my mind, like I'm almost, and this
is hard.
I know this is quite a leap, but in my mind, I'm imagining like somebody holding their 4-month-old and sprinting to jump off of a cliff.
Yeah.
And me having the ability to stop them at no matter what cost, and save them and the baby because they're not in their right mind. Say. Right.
Yeah. So like that's the right mind. That's
kind
important.
of So that's like what I'm picturing. But it's kind of I totally get what you're saying.
I don't know.
Because I'm trying to think of.
I think it's more like if you're sprinting off a cliff or sprinting off a bridge and you're trying to aim for something that you think you can get to catch you.
Yeah.
And you're pretty confident you're going to do it right.
Yeah.
And like it's going to work out.
That's a good
even though
point.
you're thinking like there's a really good chance it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
But like then it's like, all right, I feel like if you got this and you feel like you're making all the right decisions, you go jump for that and hope you make it.
I have called, not on any friends, but I have called like the non-emergency number a couple of times on people who I saw were having an episode.
Yeah, but you're a therapist.
But I have done that. But
you're a licensed therapist. I feel like there's a difference there.
I've also called on people who are obviously drunk and driving and said like, look, I'm driving behind this guy, like he's gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
I think I've done that maybe 2 times.
Yeah. So you're like driving and there's somebody in front of you that's drunk.
Who almost hit me, almost caused an accident. I think that's happened a couple times. It hasn't happened in a long time. But I have called on episodes, on people being off their meds. I did it a couple of months ago. There was a woman in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I still think there's shades to that, though. Because for one thing, you're directly in danger in those situations. So you're well within your rights to call about somebody like that. And if they actively look like they're going to hit somebody, like... If you find that person on the street and they're in the middle of driving and it's like, I'm thinking maybe it's like in the middle of the night and like the streets are empty. Yeah. That kind of thing. And like, it's. I know. I don't know. But I am also thinking they're going to hurt themselves. You know, like there was a guy maybe about 10 years ago now, who worked for my dad, who was my age, I remember, and he went out drinking. And walked home. He got too drunk and passed out in the middle of the street and got run over and got killed. Jeez. Because he didn't want to drive. And then everybody started this, and I'm sure there's some of you out there who unfortunately have had to deal with a situation where somebody got really hurt and thought, why couldn't I have driven him home? Why didn't he call me? Yeah. Why didn't he, like these things happen. And these what ifs destroy people. Like what if all of them had gotten killed? What if all of these people had killed somebody? Yeah. Then you would have to live. Some people are out there living with that kind of guilt right now.
now.
Yeah.
And I know me and my emotional state, and I don't know if I could make peace with that kind of thing one day, that I could have done something and didn't.
But from the outside, you could look at that situation and easily tell that person that like it wasn't your fault.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Right. You're
so in your right mind, in your logical mind, it's not your fault.
You're right.
It isn't. It's the fault of the person who did it. Period.
Yeah.
And that's really all the way it goes.
Well, that's emotion versus logic.
Yeah, but that's important
what I mean?
to maintain that difference.
Yeah.
So no matter how emotional you might be, you cannot let go of the logical side, or then you're just down a hill. You know, like.
Lots of slopes we're talking about.
Lots of slopes.
We're talking about lots of slopes on the BF. But yeah, I know. But isn't this a really interesting subreddit? I didn't want to spend so much time on it.
We only looked at 2.
But yeah, we only looked at 2 of them. But it's totally interesting. Somebody's saying that their parents took out student loans in their name.
Wow.
And he had no idea that he had student loans all the way through college, and then they all kicked in. And he said, "I thought you saved."
Wow.
And I was getting away without any loans. They were like, "Nope, here, you pay your loans.
Wow.
They're all yours. Enjoy. Have $50,000 of debt or whatever."
Wow.
You know? So, it's really weird. A lot of questions about consent, killing my friend's tarantula. Really, really interesting. This was an interesting one. I left my fiance at home. We were going to be late. This one had a chronically late fiance. He would say, we have to leave at 4 o'clock, and then like 4:30 hits and she's like just starting to get changed, and he left her at home. So some of them are really interesting, but it's a good way, at least for me, to kind of sort things out in my head and kind of figure out where my moral compass is with some of these things, and to see where everybody else's thoughts are. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about those 2 topics, at least, because you guys are really interesting, and like you guys have so many different experiences and things to bring to the table. So I love hearing from you.
Okay, guys, now we're gonna watch a couple trailers we've been meaning to see. Now, one in particular you guys have been asking for quite a bit is the Avengers Endgame trailer, and I totally understand it's a massive trailer drop.
Get it?
But we're not watching it for the channel because we are working on catching up on the Avengers movies ourselves. And I know that there was a big cliffhanger event ending to Infinity War, which is the last Avengers movie, and I got the concept spoiled, but not all the details, being able to stay away from most of them.
Yeah.
And I know that if we watch the trailer for the next one, it's probably going to be spoilerific if you haven't seen the one beforehand.
And even if it didn't have any spoilers in it, we wouldn't understand enough about it to really get what is happening.
Yeah.
And the lore is so deep right now, and we are so far into it, and we are so far behind that I feel like it would almost go over our heads.
Yeah.
But we're nickeling and diming our way through it, and I really want to catch up because this has been such like a massive generational thing happening, these movies.
Yeah.
So we're catching up. I think we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But that's why we're leaving it out for now.
Right. So we're gonna watch Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer number 2, because we saw the first one of this on another BSOI, and it was freaking amazing. So I can't wait to see.
Oh my God.
This next trailer.
Wasn't it Claire de Lune?
Yep.
I think.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. Wasn't it such a beautiful trailer? I'm gonna put this up. All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is Millie Bobby Brown. Millie!
Hello? Is anyone there? I'm trying to reach.
I don't know what's happening there.
Okay. Oh my God.
Senators, we believe that these titans are just the tip of the iceberg. Which of these titans are here to protect us? And which of these titans are here to threaten us?
Dunkin' Donuts?
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
Hey!
Dad!
No. We would be his.
You're sure he's gonna be okay?
It's the summer? Duh, of course it's
Battling
summer.
for dominance. A rival alpha to Godzilla.
You gotta be kidding.
Freaking Mothra.
Oh my god!
That looks awesome.
Oh my god!
That looks so good.
Yo! Oh, is there anything coming at the end? No.
Nah, it looks
Yo,
so good.
that was crazy! Look at that!
Yeah.
Like them like
rushing
walking
at
towards each other like
Yeah,
that.
that
Look,
was
and
so
there's
crazy.
these tornadoes in the back. There's like
Holy
this
crap.
storm happening.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! So there's
That-
good ones and bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah. This is cool. This is very cool. I'm excited about this. Yeah,
Wow.
that looks awesome.
Wow, so the first trailer was all about like the beauty and the majesty
And it was amazing.
of these things.
Amazing
And it was
trailer, by the way.
beautiful,
The
beautiful
first one,
trailer.
yeah.
And now this is kind of like a monster movie.
The violence. Yeah. This is a
violence.
little bit more into. I think this is going to be more the spirit what the movie's going to be like.
God, I'm such a sucker for these old monster movies, man.
Yeah.
I've got such a soft spot for them.
It's a pretty good time to bring it back, I think. It's pretty
Why
good.
not?
Yeah.
They're so like, it's like junk food for your brain.
Yeah.
It's so fun,
It's cool. I mean, they seem to be really kind of taking a more like, I don't know, a more interesting approach to it.
Yeah.
A less goofy approach to it.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I think is very goofy, though?
What?
What I always thought was very goofy.
What?
Is that Godzilla's head is really teeny. Doesn't he have the teeny tiny little head? He's like this humongous like killer, and he's just like, hey guys, I got a little tiny head. I feel
Like his voice is really high, right?
He's got a really high pitch.
Hey guys, I'm Godzilla. My name's Godzilla. My friend just called me Daddy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like Mickey Mouse voice. Yeah, but he's got this little teeny tiny little head. He's like
little
this
hand?
big like dinosaur man. Yeah, little
Yeah.
right. He's kind of like this. But yeah, he's got a little teeny tiny head. But this looks amazing.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
really, really pumped for this. Wow.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
All right, and lastly, we're gonna watch the final Glass trailer,
my
which
God.
I'm super excited about.
Glass,
and we watched the
glass.
last one. Glass.
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 I say glass.
Yes. listen,
Glass.
guys.
Here we go.
Turn up.
I'm really
Turn up.
pumped for this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Belief
We have to
in
see
oneself
Split.
is contagious.
I was looking for it.
We are part of something
Oh,
larger.
man.
We see Unbreakable again too, man.
We are fighting for the broken.
My name is Dr. Ellie Staple, and I'm a psychiatrist. I specialize in those individuals who believe they are supernatural beings.
I don't belong here.
David Dunn, you believe you are exceptionally strong, but there are men who are as strong as you. Kevin Wendell Crumb, you believe there are 24 souls living in that body with you.
You can call me Norma. I'm so amped!
Elijah Price, you have an extraordinary IQ. You think you are superhuman. What if I suggested that you are mistaken?
They've been lying to us all. You were sent here to be an avenging angel.
Sneaky.
How much do you want to avenge us?
These individuals have lost their perspective.
A lot of people are going to get hurt. Don't do this. You can convince the world we exist. Are you ready?
This is Philly again.
This is where they would paint you with big eyes and bubbles of confusion above your head.
What the? Are you kidding me with that? Why do that?
Oh, that trailer makes you feel like.
Why did I
couldn't help myself.
I'm in this big moment. Was this Philly? Did we do this up here? I
don't know. Maybe they did. I mean,
there was a skyline
and Shyamalan does stuff in Philly all the time. Did Sixth Sense in Philly?
We usually hear about them making the movies around here. Sometimes they say, like Broad Street's closed in the middle of the night because they're doing a Shyamalan movie or whatever. But we didn't hear anything this time.
Yeah, not sure.
That's really interesting. But they've been kind of sneaky lately, kind of coming in and out around the city and whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What skyline was that in the background there?
That's exactly what I'm looking for, yeah. Could be Philly.
I don't know.
There was one that I thought I saw Liberty Place, but I don't know what this.
I don't know what that is.
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't know what this is, but they could be out in like Fairmount Park and be on like the opposite side.
Could be.
Any of you out there from Philly? Did you notice this was filming? But yeah, this looks really good. McAvoy got swole.
Yeah, holy crap.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow,
really
good for
did.
you.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
I'm like, wow, yeah, look at these. I'm clicking on them. My God. Jeez, he's like an MMA fighter. He got like humongous. All right, why not?
Basically.
How cool would it be though to get paid like a crazy amount of money? We were talking about this. To get in like the best shape of your life.
Yeah. Conversely, how terrible would it be to get paid a ton of money to make yourself really out of shape?
Oh gosh.
And like gain a ton of weight.
Like Christian Bale.
Like Christian Bale did, yeah.
Oh God, what was that? He did it in American Hustle. Did he do it for Vice?
I think he did it for Vice too.
There's a movie
American Hustle
coming
and
out.
Vice. But then, of course, for him, you also had The Machinist.
Where he was like a rail.
Yeah, where he was basically
I'm worried
emaciated.
And then Batman, where he like put on like all his muscle. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been all over the place.
Yeah,
his kidneys are probably like ready to like kill him.
I know they are.
Probably not doing too good.
But yeah, he has another movie coming up. We're off the subject again. But he has that Vice movie coming out where he plays Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
And he's
Dick Cheney was not swole.
And he's beefy.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney is not swole.
He's not swole. No.
But yeah, so I wonder if he gained it back. He better watch himself, his body.
Yeah.
But part of me feels like that would be crazy to and then say it's for like an action movie or something, and you get to learn like a martial art.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
Like, I always think of Keanu Reeves when he did The Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, you mean the guy got to learn freaking kung fu?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And get paid crazy money to learn kung fu and get an amazing shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it sounds good in theory, but it probably sucks like on a day-to-day basis.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's actually awesome. It might actually be awesome.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt, I follow him on Instagram, and him talking about like what he was eating.
Yeah.
And everything, because he was on this really strict diet and everything. Because I think he got kind of like big.
Yeah.
Did he? Or at least he have to be.
He lost a ton of weight. He was a lot heavier.
Andy Dwyer.
Parks and Rec.
That's
Andy Dwyer.
right.
Yeah.
He was a little like doughy.
Yeah, he was a little doughy.
Yeah.
wasn't like big.
But, no.
But he was definitely just frumpy.
Doughy.
Just like
for sure.
I don't know. That's why.
But he was like kind of like he was kind of like complaining about his snacks a little bit. But it gets you in really good shape, I suppose. But this looks really, really good. And good for him for getting swole. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that was a long ass video.
Oh my gosh, we got way off topic.
Sorry.
Again, I'm sorry. We didn't get to talk very much today, you and I.
That's right.
Because I know,
No.
because he was at, like we were saying, he was at work all day.
Yeah.
So we don't talk to each other for like 8 hours. And then you come home and we're like,
good job. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching this video. And if you want to learn any more about what we talked about, links are in the description.
Of course.
If you like this video, please support us on Patreon. Click like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.